saved on the other end by Stokes. Wade back on the floor. Awkward shot. You gotta think his timing is certainly disrupted.
Yeah, but for Wade, I just have a feeling he wanted to let one go. He's measured it. He'll adjust. He'll be all right.
Here's Clark Green. Yes! As Xavier Sneed hits both free throws, Kansas State back in the lead.
Full court press right now by K-State, and they drop back into a 1-2-2.
Knox gives it up, and now Gilgeous Alexander will get it organized for Kentucky. Calipari barking out the plays on the sideline. Gilgeous Alexander finds Kwame Green. Yes, sir, another three. After rolling his ankle. So Diallo will sit, as will Gabriel with those 3 fouls for Kentucky. And here's Knox, got the screen, found himself wide open.
Nate Wayne needs to just stay patient. Can he get to about that 7-minute mark with only 3 fouls?
There's Knox, he's coming alive, folks.
Shot clock going down low worked to his advantage. Why? Because his defender had to honor any move that he does. Pump fake, hands up, in and out. That time he used all of it to get some space.
Brown has been carrying the load for Kansas State last 2 games. Scored 18 against UMBC. Back-to-back 18-point games. Gilgeous Alexander kicks it to Knox. Fly by. Knox for 3. Yes!
The offensive boards to get extra possessions for their team.
Into the game is Nick Perkins. He is the 6th man of the year in the MAC. Looking up top and a throwdown.
Player thinking about those fouls, becoming a victim, feeling sorry for yourself. Knox is not going to do that. Smart not either. But you have to make sure you stay focused.
Kwame Green on the take. Little floater off the window. Pretty tight.
Y'all had to go to zone because your guards couldn't check me. That's really what he's thinking. When you go into the zone, you're basically saying, okay, we concede. We have to try another way to stop you guys.
Just above the 14-minute mark. Kentucky employing the zone. Great eye. Let's see how that plays out. Clark just ripped them up. Clark with 22. No ill effects of that injury suffered in the first half. Diallo for 3. He's got it. 2-corner 3.
And continue for the easy wide open layup.
Kind of felt like there was a timeout coming or something. Everybody just stopped playing defensively for Kentucky. Gilgeous Alexander. Oh, no what way. A catch. Clark going to the rack and scores.
Have to extend that high with his left hand, and gonna have to make a heck of a run here on both ends. First with the press. Oh, that was an offensive foul.
No call. Gilgeous Alexander sets up Gabriel. Yes! That's a pass.
No, that was a layup, but Washington cleans it up.
And a turnover. And now it's a victory lap. Diallo, look out! Showtime! 2 legendary coaches on the sideline as well. You see Bob McKillop trying to urge his defenders, and that's too easy inside for Nick.
This team needed to lose in order to learn how to win, Brian.
Well, we'll see if that pays off, because basically what you're looking at now is a Kentucky team in their current form that have been going this way for a month. And one of the guys that had a Virginia, Cincinnati, Creighton, all formidable teams to start this tournament. Trying to make their way to Atlanta. Garrity comes up empty.
Wow, so impressed with Kentucky's defense. More importantly, them communicating to each other.
P.J. Washington again, this time finishes with.
To follow on what you said, he said if we could come down and trade them a 3 for 2, which is what just happened, he said we'll be okay.
Points to the paint. He knew we're going to swing in the favor of Kentucky here, and they have. Unfortunately, Davidson wasn't making their threes in the first half. Good answer on the other end. Little mid-range.
Usually hit that for me.
6 minutes have gone by in the second half. Gilgeous Alexander. Cutters galore. Diallo, yes. Amadou Diallo scored. And one of the best recruits they've ever had in Davidson, a top 75 recruit in the country, ends up in Davidson, North Carolina.
So you're saying he was going to Duke before that, because that's the sweatshirt he had on in the picture with Steph.
I think you're right. Knox knocks it down. That's a big shot.
peace of mind to drive, draw two, and kick it out to his best player.
Aldridge is 1 for 8 from behind the arc. That is a must shooter that Davidson has to have. We're approaching the 2-minute mark in regulation. Big shot, Knox. Yes, he does. Kevin Knox.
Gallo. Solid player, good player, inside, outside talent. He goes at his speed. He changes direction well.
Wenyen Gabriel, his first goes in. Goal attempts is Kevin Knox. Trying to force one down low there. Bowden was intercepted. The 4th turnover for Tennessee.
No rhythm right there. Didn't have any direct look to him.
Knox wide open 3. Got it.
Squared his body against it.
Heck of a move by Lamonte Turner, but that's pretty good. Remember yesterday, Cal was sitting there screaming at his players, why are we playing so slow? I hate slow.
I don't like slow. I don't like slow.
Different.
I hate slow. I don't like slow. You got to do it like the Italians do it. I don't like slow. Forget about it. I don't like that slow.
Gilgeous Alexander thought about a 3. Instead, he kicks it to Knox for 1. Hey, hits the bottom of the net.
The ball might have got away with a little bump right there. He's a star. He's supposed to get that call. He'll get that next year in the NBA.
Yeah, he will. His stock has risen as the first basket is short.
Oklahoma is doing a lot better than what they've done. I think they've lost like 12 in the last 16 games. Unbelievable.
31 points yesterday on 10 of 16 shooting. He made 6 of 8 threes, did Colin Sexton.
See, that's quality. When you score a nice little jumper by Knox, I tell you, we get a lot of McDonald's All-Americans.
Petty, no good.
Petty's got to score. He's got to help that. He's got to find making shots, not thinking. I think he thinks too much right now. That little slump he's been on a roll.
Oh, big time dunk there. Diallo sits down. He's got 3 fouls. And Alabama's going to have to play a little defense, so they pick him up full court.
And Diallo really played well early in this game. He really did. He's been struggling. He came out, attacked, made a 3. Knox hasn't gotten going yet. He's capable, certainly. Look at his numbers. They got Knox being played by Sexton. He's trying to get a switch on. See, Knox should go and post him up right now.
Green to Washington. They don't post. Ball on the floor. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gilgeous throws it up. Alley-oop and a dunk, and it'll count.
Capable of 14 points from him today. Seems like he answered that call in a big way.
No doubt. In only 18 minutes of play, he and Kalea Jones have been terrific.
Got a little full-court trap right there. One great thing that Shai has, great size to see right over the trap. Spread the court, good screen up on top. He's feeling it. Mr. Gabriel
goes in, and all of a sudden, Petty has got 14 points.
There's
2-15 now with the free throw.
2-2-1 press right now, trying to get him out of the rhythm. I think Kentucky, you don't want to get too patient. You want to look to score.
Gabriel, 7 for 7.
7 down. Even the Kentucky people would have cheered. UConn, I got a guy for you for UConn, too.
UConn, Pittsburgh, Georgia.
Wow.
You sense there'll be others, too.
Hey, I got a great record. I've been over 1,000 wins and no losses. How come they didn't call me? I mean, come on, I got a better record than Krzyzewski. Are you kidding me?
You're looking for enthusiasm.
I haven't lost a game in 39 years. Oh, that'll get some for them. Let's make it very clear. We think they're going. It looks like they should be going. But
I feel pretty
based
good
on
about
all the different bracketologists out there, but never knows. One never knows. RPI ranking is very high at 35. Leonardo's got a number 9 seed. Quality wins beat a good Rhode Island team. Auburn twice.
To Yante Maten. They're making things difficult. So what does that mean? That means he has to become a facilitator, and others have to step up and knock down shots. Good look. Good job getting free. Good finish, P.J. Watt.
Not in these spots. Not in tournament play in March.
Good feed, and Knox finishes as he was able to.
Parker. And Gabriel with the rebound. Remember, they're going to look to Gabriel as he fights for it, puts it in the hands of Gilgeous Alexander. Gabriel's one of the guys who has to make up for the loss of Jared Vanderbilt on the glass.
3 ball from Kevin Knox. It didn't kill him. But for Georgia, they've got to have better efficiency on their second chance points opportunities.
Kentucky had an 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes, and Georgia struggled for their last 7 to end that first half. Here's Gabriel. Wenyen Gabriel starts off the second.
There's Kevin Knox, and then the fourth one is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Their ability to have an awareness and give different looks to Yante, whether it's on the catch or whether it's on the bounce. They're just trying to keep him off balance, and it's been very successful.
Georgia's shooting just 28%, 9 of 32 on their field goals. How about the long ball on a...
Front court, so important for Georgia. Just 6 points combined between Abede and Maitland.
Knox comes around, puts it through. See if Kentucky can find their rhythm again here. Hami. Diallo puts through the three.
Figure out a way to knock down their perimeter shot or score inside that zone. I mean, it has been really difficult in the last 8 games against Duke's defense. Fewer possessions, but better overall defense by the Blue Devils since they've gone to that zone. Holding opponents under 60 points per game, under 38% field goal percentage. That is amongst the best in the nation over that stretch. We talk about Virginia's defense. Add that with an offense that has got a ton of firepower, especially Marvin Bagley.
Washington, easy score there. Marvin Bagley, who had
from a slow game on Saturday. A little bit of sleep at the wheel, maybe overconfident, as Laura was talking about earlier in the game, but not tonight. Today they came out with purpose tests, and they executed brilliantly.
Kind of a Rupp-esque feel to Scott trade.
Not only sweet-eyeing, but very difficult, too. Not a bad defensive effort, but a little pull-away with some separation.
And a 3-point lead for Florida. We approach 13 minutes to go in the first half. Green cans it from the outside. Chris Chiozza, pure point guard, brings that attacking style, but gets his teammates involved as Kentucky makes another change. Sasha Kalia Jones is in. They're just searching for something. They've missed 9 of their last 10 shots. Lob it up, and Kalia Jones finishes.
That defensive effort there, they are not reacting, Kentucky, at all to the corners, to the perimeter, and Florida just playing at a different level.
It's target practice right now for the Gators.
Earlier in the season, I did a South Carolina game. Mike White said that they could beat any team in the country, and he looked at me and said, but we could also lose to any team in the country. They beat just about anybody the way they're playing right now.
10-0 run. Gabriel's 3 will quiet the crowd, at least for a moment. By Knox.
That's where they try to catch you sleep in Florida, but they didn't deliver. So now all of a sudden, a little belief if Kentucky can score right now.
Florida has missed 8 straight shots.
And I think that's because they slowed down their pace a little bit for about a 3-minute period of time.
Gilgeous-Alexander working against Allen, 10 to shoot, gives up his dribble. Richards pulls the trigger and connects. Nick.
Gabriel will launch a 3, and he gets the bottom of the net.
And that's why he's got to play better. He's playing well here.
He led to turnover and the run out for Knox. And he gets the layup. Oh, man. Denied by the rim. Terrence Davis had a dunk, and he came up inches short. Now Green the other way kisses it off the window.
Of Mississippi State, or Mississippi's laziness.
Air ball 3, loose ball, Kentucky's.
Same thing here, nobody back.
Look out, Knox.
3 foul. Auburn, and 1 was at Texas A&M.
Olinichik picks up his first. They set up Gabriel, who did hit a 3 in the first half, and he carries the second one.
Drive the baseline, draw the defense, kick it to the corner. 1 more pass, next thing you know, 5-point game.
A return 3 and Quade Green.
Vanderbilt got caught on Schuler, and Schuler just cut right over the top of him and lost him.
Gilgeous-Alexander picked his dribble up.
Can lob here if he wants.
Diallo will launch. He buries a 3.
Yeah, Reggie Lewis. Ezekiel, Malik Sealy. These 2 guys passed away way too early. Man, oh man, did they play. I was just talking to Lavelle Jordan today. Coach at Butler, and they're playing in the Louis Carnesecca Center.
Oh, great job by Gilgeous out.
Miss and the difficulties of playing in this conference. Athletic director talked about, well, our goal is to, when the season ends, find out what seed we are in the NCAA tournament. Meaning that's our expectation of the next coach. As Diallo knocks down, schools can look forward to terrific baseball seasons from their college teams. Kentucky and Ole Miss are top 10 college baseball teams. And Ole Miss won't be looking much forward to the NCAA basketball postseason, but there's a real good chance they can go deep baseball postseason. And so can the Wildcats.
SEC or Pac-12 best baseball conference?
I think the SEC is a little better. The top of the Pac-12
and the NBA's rules of taking away 18-year-olds' rights to go play in the NBA and implementing the one-and-done rule, which is not a college rule, has created a culture where this can really grow. Though he's good enough where he's going to be able to finish. So you've either got to pinch off the shooter on the outside, which is difficult because Mizzou can shoot the ball, or you've got to rotate over on your back end a lot quicker.
What a lob and a finish by Jared Vanderbilt. Jonte Porter goes into traffic. Purrier tries to spin it up, and Diallo saves it for Kentucky. Quade Green transition three. Yes, sir.
Well, he's just bought into his role. He just is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to rebound more than anybody else, and he's manufactured offense off it. Look at that.
Wow, P.J. Washington skies for the jam.
Follow-up, but he should have made the first one.
Yeah, but then he can't pad his stats and add an offensive rebounds.
It's not about that. It's about trying to win a basketball game on the road right now. And Missouri's got to be more efficient in how they are playing.
P.J. Washington gets into the paint.
Power dribbling. Them to have success here in the second half, he needs to play a lot of minutes. He was limited just 5 minutes in the first half due to early foul trouble, and that has been something that has plagued him throughout this season for Missouri.
It started in the exhibition games. Kevin Knox uses every bit of the rim.
It wasn't close to where it is now.
Well, our friends at ESPN Stats and Info tagged Missouri as having a 44% chance of making the tournament coming into this game. And with a Kentucky win, that those odds would have shot
through last year, 16 games.
And just trace amounts. And that's a shame. That's a whole nother conversation in terms of what's going on.
It's been a really bad week.
You think Arizona plays in the NCAA tournament?
He doesn't need to push off. Coach Cal still talking to him.
Green for three.
That's good ball movement for freedom. They like to create tempo. They want to get the ball up and down the floor. And when they're able to execute, we saw that early in this game, it's really dangerous.
How about that? Now a 10-2.
Might deserve it as much as anybody in the conference. His numbers are outstanding. But you can throw Barford, Macon. Grant Williams has struggled a little bit as of late.
Good feed inside and the foul as Kevin Knox will head to the line.
Around him, Tess, as he curled off to the elbow.
Gabriel on the finish from Allen in Fayetteville. Gabriel responds. The coach shooting 4 3-pointers for Macon. Knox. And we are tied up this game compared to what we just saw there. It was Barford and Macon giving them that 11-zip lead early on with 3 3-pointers, and then Kentucky settled down, chipped away, and then really pulled away consistently for most of the second half. The feed that time to P.J. Washington.
Alabama on the board first. That's a big difference in his game. He made 2 of those against LSU. We talked to Avery Johnson before the game. He said that's a huge thing in Dazon Ingram's game because he can get to the basket, especially if people have to play him from the three-point line. Down low, Nick Richards throw. Ingram baseline, reverse lane, right there. And now numbers for Kentucky. He should have taken that up on the same side he was on. He would have got fouled. Nice dish. Shai, Gilgeous, Alexander. Selection committee is using these quadrant victories now as big determining factors as to who gets in the tournament and where they're seated. So it's unfamiliar terminology, but it's very important this time of year as we get set for March. And, you know, I want to get back to one of the things that John Calipari said. The most important thing a coach can inspire in his team is blind faith. Not just faith, blind faith, where they trust every word out of your mouth. That's huge. So is Nick Richards. All with 6 points and 4 rebounds so far today. Coming off a career-high 20 on Tuesday. Washington connects.
No, you're right. He's got his guys loose. No. They fire anytime, anywhere.
And it's pretty effective.
Well, it's working.
Here is Knox.
Coach, that's why coaches lose. And that'll do it for Vanderbilt. You can't leave the corner shooter opposite. Calipari going to get Gabriel back in here.
A stagnant possession for Kentucky.
Knox, boy, forcing it up, and he still drills it.
Coach, I happen to be...
The slot guy had to watch for players just grabbing him, denying the help.
Gilgeous Alexander sets it up for Wenyen Gabriel.
That hasn't happened all game.
A lot of talent on the floor. Some of it young, some of it raw, some of it's been inconsistent this year. But you get some big-time players out here.
A ton of NBA guys here. A ton of guys. Look, and you know, when you think NBA, what do you think? You think Kentucky? No. A lot of guys look at Robert Williams, Tyler Davis.
That's Kevin Knox for 3.
Starts for 3. About 6 guys going for that rebound. Knocked to Green. Knox passed up the 3. So did Gilgeous Alexander. Extra pass. You like the ball movement, but I think Coach Cal wants that. He wants Knox to... Brad is in the game. He doesn't play much. That's kind of a sign of how things are going. That 3 looked good out of the hands. Calipari gets a rebound. Knox runs the floor and finishes beautifully.
Tuesday night at Minnesota, Michigan State.
They got an argument for it. That was nifty, but Wilson missed the shot. Vanderbilt lays it in.
Really nice by Vanderbilt. You know, you break down, and then he broke down the defense to where a tip-in came. So just not settling for threes has been huge for A&M.
It was a second foul on Robert Williams. A&M playing some zone defense here.
Well, Diallo is an NBA guy like he thinks he is. It's time to show it.
From the free throw line, there's his first basket of the game. John Calipari's just going to sit down.
Yeah, Kenny Payne next to him. Sat down a while ago.
Washington scores. There's a steal with that pressure. Diallo lays it in.
And keep after it.
Not happy.
Oh, relax on the coach. He didn't turn it over.
He wanted a 20-point win. Knox for 3. Oops. Good. Whoops. Not over.
90 places a 3, and the 3 places a 5. You got an upset.
Another turnover. Neither team looks good at all offensively tonight.
We got to credit defense, though. Both clubs really getting after it defensively, but the rhythm is just not there offensively.
Well, each team's coughed it up 5 times already.
You know, you like to have good spacing, and we don't see that.
Nice look, Gilgeous Alexander to Green. Got it.
But it came a time at Texas that a change was good for Rick, and it became good for Texas as well. He did a great job year after year getting him in the NCAA tournament. And remember this, he lost a lot of guys to the NBA, including one by the name of Mr. Durant.
Absolutely. Took him to the Final Four back in 2003. T.J. Ford, of course, the star of that team. Third year now in Knoxville. 652 wins overall for Rick Barnes in 31 seasons.
Nice pass.
Gilgeous Alexander finds Vanderbilt.
This crowds I have seen in the years I've been here.
Schofield. Whoa. That'll raise the noise level here at Rupp.
That good block shot right there. Came over from the help side. Tremendous job. Had a good angle for that block shot.
Gabriel with the block. Richards coming back into the game only because of the foul trouble some of his teammates had. Gabriel for three. Tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We showed you last time in the last 100 meetings between them. Duke's 150, Carolina's 150. As they say, my friend, something's got to give.
Something's got to give, man. You gonna get me a seat? You gonna help me out? I'll sit next to you. Maybe the stat man for you and Jay.
You as a stat man. I'll take a pass on that one, thanks.
Try to show some patience here, but see, too much standing. You got to get ball movement and player movement.
5 on the shot clock. Lob, finish.
So that's where he sets up. You said he's literally been in his actual office 3 times.
When you equate what he did at Massachusetts, you bring him here where they got all the resources. No shock what he has done with this program. None whatsoever.
The ball in the hands of Gilgeous Alexander on just about every possession for the Wildcats. Keeps the dribble alive, making good decisions. Shot fake, knocks. That was well done.
The offensive board, the reload. Robertson fires, and it rims out.
That's the most dangerous opportunity to kick out on the offensive rebound.
11th all-time meeting between these two schools. Missouri has never beaten Kentucky.
Oh!
On the stairs! Gilgeous looking for quality wins to build a resume.
Vanderbilt on the floor. Be careful offensive rebounding. An occasional post-up.
Diallo, he's been quiet. He had just 2 points in the win over Vanderbilt. Shot clock is at 8.
Not standing right now.
Open look. And it goes down. Beautiful.
They believe that they want to create Kentucky to use a little more time on the clock. Keep everybody in front of you. He can shoot it.
Gabriel a 3.
There you go. A little pick and pop.
Thus to a 10-point game for Missouri. 1:50 to go. Gilgeous Alexander. Kick. Green. A 3. Quad A Green. Puts it in. Gilgeous Alexander handles it for Kentucky.
And Tillman out, you might be able to get an offensive rebound.
The drive bounces inside. Tough pass to.
He's not bashful though when it comes to that, is he?
Well, that was a good look and a step in 3.
Remember, Vandy is just 1-50 in their history against a ranked Kentucky team playing here in Lexington. A little oopage from PJ. Peyton Willis. Knox responds. Near the end of the game. Great pass fake, looked away the defender, and then it was pretty close to a dagger in the last minute or so of the game at a camera. That Virginia team, not everybody loves to watch their style because it's very methodical and slow pace, but if you don't respect the heck out of them for what they're doing, really at both ends of the floor, and what Tony Bennett's program has been in the last few years, I mean, they're
born prematurely and was so small he could fit in the palm of your hand.
It was his grandmother who gave him the nickname, said Beatles are small and strong, and she believed her grandson would be as well. And he's proven to be every bit of that. Another 3. And a quiet night for Ahmad, a guy, as you mentioned, they need more from him. Coming back after being suspended the first 16 games of the season.
He's just been quiet, period, since he got back. He's such a good player, but has not played his best the last 4 games.
Diallo knocks down a 3.
But West Virginia just played so hard throughout the possession. 1-3-1 zone now. And Bob Huggins may be just dusting this off to remind John Calipari about the 2010 Elite 8 in Syracuse.
Knox. Knox with a response.
Where they blew that 14-point second half lead at South Carolina. And then Saturday night, all the late drama in a loss to the Florida Gators. They start off on a high note with Diallo. Crowd wanted to walk there. Holman wants a three. Unable to find it. By the way, you with a green screen is something to behold.
I think we're going to make that a weekly. No, just kidding.
Knox.
Oh, how about that?
Unintended. His older brother Q. And now Peters on the drive. Tried to leave it for Datcher.
He's fumbling the ball, never had control of it.
Knox. Elbow. Money. Away with it. Pulling up. Wanting it. Not able to get it. A little flat that time. Gilgeous Alexander gives way to Gabriel from the corner. Wenyon. A team that we forget is still gelling because of how many missing pieces in recent weeks. Here comes Vanderbilt on the go. Up ahead to Hami. He's able to settle things down. Up by one. Washington brings it. PJ. He's made all 4 of his three-point attempts. Mississippi State has struggled shooting three in the second half. 0 for 7. Leaving it that time with Vanderbilt.
49% from beyond the arc coming into the game tonight.
He has been a huge difference for this Florida team, especially the last 5 or 6 games. Last 5 games, he's averaging 14.6 boards. And can really stretch the floor as a big guy.
Florida 40% as a team from beyond the arc, and better than that in conference play. Baseline long floater, soft touch there. So it makes such an interesting matchup. Rivalry and history between them aside, how different the two teams line up and how differently they need to do things well to win basketball games. Washington gets the bounce.
It's too easy. What a finish. He got limping as he goes back. Chris Joseph thought he got hit on the head as he used the rim to shield off the shot block. Maybe he's cramping up. Yeah. He's holding that left calf.
And noticeably affected by it. Gilgeous Alexander with a lot of various ailments and injuries this year. Boy, one that Hayes wishes he had back.
Boy, what a beautiful pass by Chris Chioza. And Hayes with a shot fake, but just couldn't finish.
Jay, where does the spark come from offensively for Kentucky?
Well, it's got to come. They've got to move the ball. It's got to come from a number of different places. I mean, I think the best offensive player right on the court right now is Shai Gilgeous Alexander,
who finds P.J. Washington. All the way back to the locker room, but kind of under the stairwell in the corner as they continue to work on it. Got to stretch out that leg. 4-point lead, Florida. Diallo, corner three. Got it. ESPN.
Kentucky needs to get this ball to the rim. It's like a zone look.
It'll be Gabriel with the corner three, and it makes it a 2-point game.
That have come to Kentucky from New Jersey.
Anybody I recruit is a star.
Chance missed everything.
Wow.
Amadou Diallo.
That looked like one of my shots, man. That was Brick City. That was Brick City.
Euro step crossover, and that sets up Richards. Nice.
These minutes, man, they're going to start early. None of us can play without Quade Green. He's a guy that's going to step up for them. He's a veteran player.
7 misses in a row for Vanderbilt. They're getting their looks. They're free. They just can't make them. And there's a triple straight away.
No way, with their size, they should score around the basket. That should be a no-no.
Gabriel. Yes.
But he wasn't sure he's even. Look at the shot here. Unranked teams last 2 years. Incredible. When you look at that right there. Wow.
Nice wrap-around pass. That looks.
They take the lead, baby. Vandy. Is that the first time?
Their first lead since it was 6-4.
I knew you would know that. You're right on top of it.
I can feel the faith you have in me. Appreciate it.
I love working with you, buddy.
10 to shoot. Gilgeous Alexander gives it up. And PJ.
That's moving a lot better now without the ball. He seems more active. Oh, you're right about Gabriel. What a big lift he's giving him off that bench. Little veteran player.
Diallo buries it from the corner.
An over and back. I don't think it was either. You have to be entirely in the front court for it to be considered an over and back if you pass it into the back court, and Davis wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't an over and back, but it looked like it was a walk.
Yeah. Gilgeous Alexander behind the back, out to Washington. The three is good.
And as he drove, he just lobbed it up. Kentucky does that to other teams on drives. They just lob it up to the rim. And he just lobbed it up to Tyler Davis.
We mentioned high hopes for the Aggies coming into the season to pick third in the league. And got off to a great start as Knox knocks down for the Aggies.
Kentucky wants to leave themselves enough time to get a second shot opportunity.
Good look for Knox. Got it.
Get out there and figure it out.
Well, they did a little bit better last time down, but they made it look like rocket science earlier, and they turn it over again. And Diallo is going to tie the game.
A couple of weeks, maybe a week.
Good shot fake. Too strong in the 15-footer.
Well, Lenny Gabriel on the last possession settled for a jump shot. And I think Kentucky has to touch the paint, whether it's by the drive or passing inside. The ball is going around the perimeter, and then they're settling for a jump shot. There it is.
And the finish. Beautifully done.
Playing great on both ends of the floor. He looks a little fired up tonight, huh?
He does, and Grant Williams looks a little winded and tired.
Gabriel for three, his second triple of the night. Reverse, left short. Tennessee hasn't made 3 field goals in a row tonight. Kentucky has, and that's deep. After all that, we're tied at 39. But Williams is on the bench. Knox down the jumper. Kentucky won a close one on the road at LSU Tuesday night. 74-71. They hit the free throws late. It's the first time Tennessee has missed from the stripe tonight. Gilgeous Alexander lobs to Gabriel. Well, he covered a lot of ground and just one big offensive rebound. And Kalea Jones yanks it down. Kentucky's gone cold. They've missed 5 in a row for the first time tonight. Quade Green will end that. Huh. You never know what could cost you. Three ball Diallo. Yes, sir. That was pure.
Yeah, the entire catalog, right? LSU 42-39. Big steal for the Wildcats. There you go. That's momentum changer.
There you go, right there.
Team now. Matchup 2-3 zone. Again, a one-hand slam. It's a 2-point game. Sampson's game is up and down, being athletic and finishing. LSU gambled with the reach. Washington paid by Mays. Skylar Mays steps through. No finish. Numbers the other way. P.J. Washington cherry picking. And it'll be a block and foul, and they'll count the bucket.
Down low for the Wildcats. Low Ridge tried a one-handed bouncer. That's taken away. Diallo ahead. Green with a finish. That was a lazy pass. Figure out this Kentucky zone. Ayton will come up for the high post, and Crump lazily throws it away. Green with a left. Oh, Quade. You know what? His own box of nuggets.
That's allowed.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
It's not a party foul, but it could be a party foul for you if you're at a New Year's Eve party and you go to double dip tonight.
That's right. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings. If
you're Kevin Knox, Sasha Kalia-Jones, you've got to be paying attention.
Harris lost it, got tripped up, no foul. It is Gilgeous Alexander with the basketball.
If you're Kentucky, you want something going to the basket on this possession. You've got a 3-point lead. You can work the clock down almost to a minute.
Gabriel a three.
There you go. Terrific position and an easy finish.
Anos. Terrific dump down. Third bucket for Spalding.
That's Kalia-Jones.
I'm surprised myself. This is a better job defensively. Force him out by Jones. Let him settle for the jumper. Don't get back. And
Sands hammering off. Cardinals need a bucket. Snyder trying to put him on his back. Turned aside. Hold on. Diallo. Boy, he nearly lost his footing. Very good in the second half, despite the fact that Louisville has taken one on the chin.
It's a little rub set underneath. Pin downs. He's just got a lot of life in his body, doesn't he?
A lot of bounce. On the wing, Diallo.
Here, if we go back to the end of the last half, that was a 21-2 run. There's a three-pointer that goes. That'll help or not. There you go. Ball movement there. Ali going to the rack. Got it blocked. No foul. And Kentucky coming the other way.
Pretty.
And now an open Diallo. And he got it.
Well, you force him to the two. Ball team. Already. Guards are good. Big people. Spalding, they have. Another big kid, too.
Fox trying to tie it up here. Got it.
How about that?
UCLA by 5.
I can't even argue with that. The middle.
Gabriel's going to try it again. That time he got it.
Man, somewhere in zone with him. Looking at it correctly.
Those Woods with 18 points. Gabriel. Two in a row.
Use that size.
There it is. Washington, and it rattles out. But it bounces back out to Diallo.
Pound it inside. Take advantage of your size. Pound it inside.
Knox for three.
A little slippage by Salnave. Another turnover. Diallo's got his first.
As well.
That's the 15th foul against Monmouth. First against Mustafa Traore.
2-3 zone here from Monmouth. What a pass.
Wynyard, the receiver. The freshman from Mitchellville, Maryland, with 8.
King Rice is really excited about his future. He feels like he's the best freshman that he has out there. He's got a quick release on that J. 17 points was the leading scorer against Seton Hall.
Washington, after a rare miss, are they the prohibitive favorite?
I think they have all the pieces to be exactly that. You have great guard play. They have good bigs on the interior. Marvin Bagley, I don't know if there's a big in America playing as well as he is. I mean, he is absolutely so good. And I think this team, I don't think they're as good as they're going to be, because defensively, you can still take them off the dribble. They are exposed at times on the offensive glass, but make no mistake about it, see someone coming, a secondary defender, he wastes no time. He delivers that basketball on the hands. We saw it time and time again last night. Hooking up Christian James, who was knocking down. Understand the system and the expectation. Every year he's got to retool. He's got to teach all the basics. He's got to take 17 and 18-year-old kids and teach them how to play for one another, how to maximize them to be very successful. My favorite, De'Aaron Fox.
I can see why. Diallo. Boy, when he takes off, Lomachenko, Rigondeaux, everything on ESPN.
and the ESPN app.
Can I tell you that I was rooting for Baker Mayfield?
You did.
Okay. Just wanted to remind you.
Because his current coach back in the day used to buy products from him.
Yeah.
Not yet to score. Could that change in the final 21 seconds?
Well, there's time for everything. Let's see if we can get Calipari a shot here.
Pulliam's a redshirt junior. Johnny David's a junior. And instead they go to the freshman.
His influence on Canadian basketball over the years. Harvard's been in a 2-3 zone this last possession, including the out-of-bounds under.
Good look inside and the stuff. Oh, little scoop, but it wouldn't go down for Aiken. Yeah, transition's been pretty crucial for Kentucky. Nice move.
Everything that you want a player to do on the basketball floor. And she's got a big-time vinyl collection.
It's going to show in game time, and it does so far for Gilgeous Alexander. They go inside. Diallo surrounded by UIC playing
on one another. And that's okay, because many of them are trying to figure out what they did wrong on the play before they can make others accountable. And if you do that too early, your teammates won't respect you, because they'll say, well, who are you to tell me? You're not even doing your job. And so it's going to come with time, and Vanderbilt might be that standing around and losing that momentum and energy that you're playing with that I think is the biggest threat to Kentucky playing zone, is what it does to their tempo of the game.
ODLC has 9. It's a 15-point Kentucky lead. Knox back in the game, and immediately
fun to listen to him. You talking about he wants to be head coach one day, and I have no doubts that he will. But you know, he got in administration. Talking about maybe trying to become an athletic director. Played good.
He has a game high 17 tonight. 2 off his career high. Godwin Bowen, the 5'11" sophomore out of Toronto, and Richard started before he went off to college, but a couple of years was here in the Commonwealth. Here's the bounce pass for PJ.
Hit just 5 of 15 from behind the arc this season. He's a big-time three-point shooter, though, in his career. Career three-point shooting percentage 47 for John Conchar. Gilgeous Alexander dumps it off down low.
Confidence early. They made open looks.
Scott tries a 3 off the front iron. Wyndon Gabriel runs it down.
If they can see it, they can make it. And I think they're doing a good job with their shot selection of taking somewhat contested shots, but it will be the best look that you're accountable to.
Three's off the mark. Fort Wayne, 8 first-half threes. They've now attempted 31 in the game. 9 of 31. They hit 6 of their first 10. Gilgeous Alexander dumps it off. Easy finish.
Of a bad defensive play.
Bryson Scott's got 17. Talk about SEC teams. Got some teams in Maui, down the Bahamas. The guys come in, they spend 4 seasons. So all those guys played early. First, this is again for me. They also brought in a Florida transfer to really help things inside, and Diallo off the glass. The bench 17 minutes a game last year. Very good option off the bench this season for Troy.
When you don't completely trust your team's energy and effort on every play, you don't sit down as a head coach. So John Calipari
on the floor right now, just to be able to take care of the basketball.
Kalia Jones with the steal to Gilgeous Alexander, and ahead to Green. Quad A Green. First points of the night for Diallo. Bradford had it swiped away by Gilgeous Alexander. Weaving, tossing to Diallo. Got the defense in the air, and then two back on top.
This is where Kentucky looks a little confused when they get into the half-court set.
Knox banks in the three-point.
That's allowing them to get out in the break and give themselves some more easy opportunities in the half-court set.
Instructions from Cal on the sidelines as the Cats set up their half-court offense.
Knox.
Understand that he's 6'9", so they need him to come in there and mix it up a little bit.
You know, and you heard Knox tell us that he was the high school quarterback until he got to be too big. Now, I know you should have been your high school quarterback, but they gave the job to some guy named Donovan McNabb, and I don't know why they did that. I still think Jerkin, that'll improve the field goal percentage as Jerkin slams it home.
That's a tough thing for East Tennessee because they're going to live by the 3, you can die by the 3. So it was
sometimes making that adjustment.
Another turnover. Couple of sloppy passes by the Jayhawks. Knox for 3.
Got it. So they got to get him the ball. He's got great score. 20-9, 13 offensive rebounds. Means you're not blocking out. He's got to improve on the free throw line.
Knox from the elbow. Gets it to go, and it's tied.
Nice little media. See, I wouldn't let him score down there. Foul him. Put him on the line. Put him on the line. Hack a shot.
Kentucky's got 4 guys with 3 fouls, but under 6 minutes to go. They can afford to foul him a little bit. Diallo baseline. Good D there by Newman.
Get it to Knox. He's got to go down left a little more.
Gilgeous Alexander nowhere to go. Knox, 17-footer, yes.
Go to Knox. Go to
the Catamount family is terrific in so many ways. They do things right is the best way to describe it.
Now coming out of the timeout, Vermont got the shot it wanted. Anthony Lamb, though, misfired.
Kentucky already dominating the boards like they should every game. There's no excuse for them to be out-rebounded by Morehead State and Utah Valley so far this season.
One of those games, of course, an exhibition. The other, the openers. Not so much hoops, but hockey first and foremost. He turns it over. Washington. Gilgeous Alexander. Diallo. Trey Bell-Haynes setting up for another 3. Off the mark by Peyton Henson. Here comes Quade Green.
You shoot a 3, you come out. I don't think he's coming out this time. And Diallo leaks out on the other end. 5 straight points for number 3 in white.
Exhibition games, everything was kind of going their way. Things aren't working for them right now. So you've got to start relying on being unselfish and making that extra pass.
Knox knocks down another 3.
In the beginning pages of the first half, excuse me. Easy for me to say, Rich. It's opening night for me, too.
You're in mid-season form, partner. There's Knox.
The 3 in a one-pass offensive possession, I think, is exactly what Kentucky would love to see more of down the stretch of this game. If you're Utah Valley, you've got to swing it. You've got to try to attack. You've got to get a piece of the paint.
Diallo slices in and gets it to go.
You see how good he is moving.